Hello everybody, Drew here for Drew on the Ground. Drew Reacts, back with another reaction video. Today we are checking out something that dropped a few days ago from Samson called Immigration. It's been quite a while since I heard from him, or since any of us really did. So, not going to beat around to it too much. Other than the fact that we see Obama on the screen here with the CNN logo. So let's see what's happening. Here is Samson Immigration. I just need to click on the right tab. Here we go.
Even as we are a nation of immigrants, we're also a nation of laws.
Yes, we are a nation of immigrants, but the issue is illegal individuals crossing over that aren't supposed to do so because it's against the law, because they aren't doing it legally. Hence, legal immigration. That's what actual immigration is.
Undocumented workers broke our immigration laws, and I believe that they must be held accountable, especially those who may be dangerous.
That's funny coming from Obama.
That's why over the past 6 years, deportations of criminals are up 80%. And that's why we're going to keep focusing enforcement resources on actual threats to our security.
I noticed right here that he doesn't have the mullet anymore.
If you're illegal, we don't fucking want you here. I don't care if you're brown or if you got blonde hair. I don't care what color you are, it's all the same. If you're as white as Elon or dark as Cobby Lame, you do it legal. And if you don't, get the fuck out. Rules keep our lives civilized, otherwise we bug out. If we don't vet citizens at the entrances, and it's a recipe for disaster. We can't just let anyone in, that's crazy. They ain't just grabbing random people. They ain't just driving around and packing vans with Latinos. This ain't a haphazard attack on the Latin scene. It's cracking down on those who came through a passage that was illegal. I don't see the issue, and most Mexicans don't either. It's always the younger crowd that's acting so eager. So fuck the kids, ask the parents what they see. If they're immigrants, I almost guarantee they disagree. See, there's no one more proud in this country than those who came to it and did it the legal way and made dough and attained the shit. Then,
like he was just saying, there's no one more proud to be here than the ones that came here legally through legal paperwork, taking the immigration test the legal way, not crossing the border in the middle of the night hoping nobody saw you. And it doesn't matter what country we're talking about here, even though we're talking about the United States. You're crossing into any country illegally, you're breaking the fucking law. I don't care. For example, if it were me to cross over into the Canadian border, undocumented, I would be breaking the law and they would have every right to deport my ass back here. That's how it should be in every country on planet Earth. Indeed.
country than those who came to it and did it the legal way and made dough and attained the shit. Then they turn around and see this protest nonsense. All these posters for folks who didn't go through the process. My father-in-law came to this country with nothing, no money to his name, turned nothing to something. And when he sees these videos of all the sudden destruction, he looks me in the eyes and tells me that he's fucking disgusted. You'll never see him in that crowd. It's just a bunch of kids holding up fuck ICE signs, but they don't know what they did. They don't even know who the hell was detained. And if you asked them, I bet they couldn't even tell you their names. It's fucking insane. There's no sense to be had, no thought whatsoever, no direction or path. If you're protesting being sent back to your country, then why the fuck would you be holding up the Mexican flag? Explain it to me, because really it doesn't make...
That is an excellent point. You came here to try to escape whatever fucked upness over there. Why are you holding up that country and not the one that you're trying to become a citizen of? Crossing over the border illegally to do so, I might add. No. Let's call it for what it is. It's an invasion of our country, plain and simple.
Whatsoever, no direction or path. If you're protesting being sent back to your country, then why the fuck would you be holding up the Mexican flag? Explain it to me, because really it doesn't make any sense to me. Who's the enemy? Your movement perplexes me. That's like breaking out of prison and going straight to the street and holding up a picket sign for the penitentiary. You know, I always been a firm believer in statistics. I always thought the numbers that you see are realistic, but I don't know. After the riots in LA, I think the unemployment rate is way higher than they say. Look at you fucks. Good heavens, Pete's sake, y'all been out.
Yeah, it probably is way higher than they're saying. That, in all likelihood, is true. The unemployment rate is probably way higher than what they're claiming. Especially with you have all these people protesting, like Samson was just saying, out in Los Angeles, who apparently don't have to go to work, which I now don't either for the time being until after I move. Then I'll find a new job then. But as it is,
After the riots in LA, I think the unemployment rate is way higher than they say. Look at you fucks. Good heavens, Pete's sake. Y'all been out in these streets now for several weeks, man. Y'all just doing it to do it. You don't even care that much. You ain't doing it for the cause. You just there to tear shit up. And what the fuck's with all the white people up in the mix? My people always gotta have something to fix. Did you ever think for one split second they don't want you there and you're just getting in the way of what they're trying to accomplish here? Don't worry, you don't have to face it alone. If there's a racial issue, we'll make it our own. You think screaming at the cops at the top of your lungs is gonna make them have a change of heart and drop all their guns? Like a scrawny little long-haired bony fucking white dude is gonna say some profound shit to an ICE agent and it's gonna make him change his mind about his occupation. Like, you know what? You're right, this is racist.
I'll get you a job. I'll get you a job. I can get you a job. I can get you a good paying job. I can get you a good paying job. Guns don't belong here. Put the gun down. I'll get you a job. You're fucking hired. Please, man.
Now look, I ain't heartless. I know that there's a lot
of brain dead people out there who have been brainwashed into believing something that either isn't there or believing something that's not true. That's how we get morons standing in front of police, giving them the finger, or spitting in their face, or like this guy telling, apparently, American soldiers, U.S. Marines, that if they put their guns down, he can hire them for whatever business he owns, whatever business that is, I don't know. That he'll hire them if they just put their guns down and they're hired right there on the spot. Dude, I'm pretty sure the U.S. Army is paying them better than you ever fucking will. Just saying. The U.S. government, while you're serving our country, takes good care of you and your family.
Look, I ain't heartless. I know that there's a lot of anger and pain this causes. There's a lot of people that did no harm at all. But you gotta understand, dog, the law is the law. And breaking it with good intentions doesn't make it right. You ain't exempt from the consequences. You gotta pay the price. You should have thought twice before you did what you shouldn't. But I'm willing to bet that you knew the risk and you took it. And that's the problem. Why you came here in the first place. The fear of getting caught wasn't as worse as your birthplace. Just food for thought. Instead of trying to elude the law, maybe you should all be trying to solve the root cause. Why is it our duty to adjust our immigration? We ain't the ones to blame for the function of your nation. Instead of coming here and telling us we need to change, how about you try to start a movement in the country that you came from? I know what you're gonna say, that's a hard sell. Corruption in the government and plus the...
That's an excellent point. Instead of running from whatever, trying to do your best to make the country you're fleeing from better if you can. Case in point, and a good example of this, I left Minnesota to the liberals. They can fucking have it. Well, not so much the liberals as in the brainwashed idiots in Minneapolis and Minnesota who are a majority of the voter base, even though the rest of the country is blood red for Trump. Or, I mean, the rest of the state of Minnesota, not the country of Minnesota. What the hell am I talking about? The state of Minnesota, all the other counties were blood red for Trump, and yet still went blue. They can have it. I'll do what I can for here in Arizona. But I have a friend here on YouTube, Hello Brutiful, who is hell-bent on staying in California and trying to not relinquish her state to them. More power to her for it. So that's the example I have. She's staying in California. She's doing what she can to keep her home. Hopefully it gets better in California soon without the devil running it. I mean Gavin Newsom. If you guys haven't seen the Tom McDowell video for The Devil is a Democrat, what are you waiting for? And I'm here in Arizona now. Traded one dipshit governor for another, and Katie Hobbs here, but at least this governor is nowhere to be found at all times. So, even though she rigged the election to become governor, anyway.
Cartel, those are big issues, something we need to sift and get through, and I'd be more than happy if we helped fix it with you, but not like this, not by taking down our borders, but by giving you what you need so you can salvage yours. Military support and economic assistance to go to war with the forces that's threatening y'all's existence. It wouldn't be that hard for us to chisel off a piece. Look up a chart, dog. I mean, we've almost given y'all the least, so fuck it, we're already stuck in debt with trillions, so what's it gonna hurt to spend a couple extra billion? Shit, in my eyes, helping our neighbors is critical. I'd rather give you
Yeah, helping our neighbors makes more sense than sending billions of dollars off to Ukraine. That's all I have to say. I'm with Samson on that.
Couple extra billion. Shit, in my eyes, helping our neighbors is critical. I'd rather give you residuals than Ukraine and Israel. We've given them hundreds of billions of dollars each, and you know how much we've given y'all? 3. I ain't saying that you need it or to beg us for it. I'm just saying that we spend a lot and we could lend support. I'm all for helping out the country to the south of us, but politicians never put their money where their mouth is. They always say they care, but they never give a fuck. They just put a band-aid on the cut, but never stitch it up. Even if you make it here, it doesn't change the fact that the rest of your nation remains in chains and trapped. The Mexicans I talk to love their country deeply, even though growing up in that bitch wasn't easy. They're grateful for the opportunity that we provide, but they remember where they came from and they love to see it thrive. So while you're protesting, put that on your piece of paper. You want the US to help you make your country safer, but until then, if you're illegal, you can leave here. You don't want them there, and we don't want them here either.
I challenge anyone on the internet, point out where Samson was lying or anything. I look forward to hearing crickets in return. So shout out to Samson. Before I forget, you guys should do this too. Click a like on his video and make sure you're subscribed to him as well. And also make sure that you click the like on this down below. Comment down below. Say whatever you want to me. I do not give a... And with that being said, thank you guys for watching. Share this out. Share Samson's video out. And I will see you when I'm not sure, hopefully later on this evening, on either Twitch or the other YouTube channel, Drew Dat Games. I know I said that in the last reaction. That didn't wind up happening. Hopefully that will today. If not, then by the weekend, hopefully. We'll see what happens. Until then, be safe, be well, God bless. And if you're thinking about coming to this country, please do it legally. Otherwise, Have fun dealing with getting your ass thrown back out. Bye.
I will never say I'm sorry, I ain't taking nothing back. I don't care if I offend you.